The West Africa Agricultural Productivity Program, referred to as Waapp, was designed in response to the challenge of improving agricultural productivity, which is a key thrust of regional economic communities' agricultural policies within the framework of the implementation of Pillar 4 of the Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Productivity Program, also known as CAADP. Waapp is indeed one of the flagship programs devised to foster regional integration by strengthening food and agricultural systems and alleviating hunger, malnutrition and poverty. In fact, baseline studies conducted as part of the preparation of the program reveal that agricultural development in West Africa ought to lay the emphasis on the improvement of productivity in segments of the agricultural sector and the advancement of regional integration of agricultural produce markets and trade, with a particular focus on the linkages between agricultural and non-agricultural subsectors. Waapp aims to help stamp out the major challenges facing the agricultural sector, including a shortage of 20% in food supply to the entire population of the region, poor grain productivity of farms, which is less than 1 ton per hectare, compared to a potential of 3 tons per hectare, with aging scientific staff members, that is an average age of 55 years old, limited number of women having access to technologies, ineffective financial system, and low-performing research and dissemination system. Waapp started in 2008 under the stewardship of the Economic Community of West African States, thanks to the financial support to the World Bank granted to a first group of 3 countries, and was coordinated at the sub-regional level by Cora Weckert.
La forte hausse des prix des produits alimentaires a frappé durement les populations des pays en développement.
The populations of developing countries were hard hit by the hike in food commodity prices, especially poorest households of rural and urban communities of poorest countries. These measures taken by the states to prevent this disastrous situation are encouraging and deserve support from all. West African Agricultural Productivity Program, initiated by the ECOWAS in 2008 with the financial support of the World Bank to foster regional agricultural cooperation in West Africa, is part and parcel of these efforts. Waapp is now the ECOWAS flagship program implemented in 13 of the 15 countries of the sub-region. It also contributes 6% to agricultural growth and has led to an increase in production. It enables to build a food system to reduce hunger and malnutrition through the generation, dissemination and adoption of technologies and innovation within the framework of regional integration. With an overall budget of $456 million, the program is a model for the other World Bank operations.
Ce programme est une opportunité aussi pour tous les paysans africains, tous les présidents de l'Afrique.
This program is an opportunity for all African farmers and African leaders to meet this challenge of generating an impactful result, of achieving their goal of sustained 6% agricultural growth, and of reducing poverty, because the majority of poor communities are farmers who live in rural areas. Countries that met the eligibility criteria joined the program depending on different sequences. Waapp A includes Ghana, Mali and Senegal. Waapp B includes Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire and Nigeria. Waapp C includes Benin, Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Niger, Sierra Leone and Togo, and Waapp D, including Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau, is still under preparation. Waapp A countries are currently at the second phase of the program. The implementation of the program is ensured by a national management unit located in participating countries, while Cora Weckert has been mandated by the ECOWAS to fulfill the role of regional program implementing agency.
Le rôle du CORAF a été de veiller à ce que effectivement les études avancées puissent aboutir à l'élaboration de textes.
The role of Cora Weckert is to ensure that the advanced studies conducted achieve the adoption of laws that will be approved by the ECOWAS and applied to all the member countries with respect to the technologies and innovations that will be generated by the program. One of the major challenges facing the improvement of agricultural productivity relates to the use of improved seeds. So, in cooperation with the different countries and a number of partners, which have been very supportive, today the ECOWAS and its partners such as CELS, UOMOA and CORAF have been able to develop a body of rules in a bid to achieve a common seeds regulation in West African countries and CELS member countries. After 7 years of implementation, Waapp program has delivered many results. 5,797,396 direct beneficiaries and over 30 million indirect beneficiaries, including 45% of women, have benefited from Waapp projects in 13 countries. With respect to improved technologies, more than 159 improved technologies have helped increase yields from 30 to 150% and have been approved and are being utilized in more than 3,094,000 hectares of cultivated land. 2,835,718 processors and producers have adopted the technologies generated. With respect to capacity building, 916 young scientists have been trained, including 568 in master programs and 348 in doctoral studies. Technologies and innovation generated by Waapp have been contributing to reduce food gap in the sub-region. Insight into a couple of success stories. Ibrahim Ryan is one of the fish farmers. In recent years, the economic impact of his business has radically changed his life. He is now a fully fledged entrepreneur. As an evidence of his flourishing business, he has built himself a brand new house and bought a car.
With this business, I buy car, I build house, and I marry. So still in this business. It is a business that you can be self-employed. You don't need anybody to employ you. The only problem is once you have the capital, that is all.
The smoking kiln is primarily the result of work carried out by a team of professionals under the leadership of Dr. Akonde, the Executive Director of the Nigerian Institute of Oceanography and Marine Research. The kiln has become a much appreciated tool among fish processors who are actively involved in fish smoking and drying in Nigeria or in other West African countries.
We have customers, good customers, because what we do here, sometimes we even work up to 14 tons a week. We have customers for our market. We don't look for market. Market is there. We work according to the level, the demands from the market. I'm a graduate from University of Abuja, and I find myself doing this. I'm not regret of doing this, because there are most of my mates that looks for government job up till now. They are still on the street looking for job.
Since the inception of this technique, much progress has been made, especially with respect to plantain seedlings development. The method has roused a real interest not only among traditional producers, but also with this pharmacist who has become a plantain producer.
Just by looking, I'm very proud of my plantation because I believe if things keep going on well, the future shall be bright for me.
The success of the PEEF technique has gone far beyond the borders of Cameroon. Thanks to technology transfer upheld by Waapp, the West African Agricultural Productivity Program, Ivorian farmers now have access to the PEEF technique. For them, the difficulties they faced regarding plantain seedlings production now belong to the past.
This is a great asset. Let me clap my hands and say that thanks to Waapp, Côte d'Ivoire will achieve self-sufficiency in plantain supply, which shall no more be a luxury food. This will be a shot in the arm for food self-sufficiency in Côte d'Ivoire.
The improved rice parboiler technology was imported from Benin by Waapp Mali. Since importing the steamer from Benin, the activities of Women's Cooperative have expanded tremendously. Improving the quality of parboiled rice has undoubtedly boosted the development of the activities of women's cooperatives in several localities of Mali where rice is grown. After husking the parboiled rice, the members of the women's cooperatives are selling the 1 kg bag at 500 CFA francs. Today, they are earning a lot of money to such an extent that the once moneyless cooperative is now starting to grant loans to members who apply for it.
Each member you see here is the breadwinner of their family, if not the head of household. Rice parboiling is very profitable. I also bought one husker and a plot of land on which I just built a house. I also pay the tuition fees of my children, their health care, their transportation, and their food. Parboiling helps me much.
The development of multi-nutrient blocks has resulted in several opportunities, especially in the area of youth employment. In economic terms, manufacturing multi-nutrient blocks is a very profitable business. Each block is sold at 300 CFA francs. Furthermore, the use of this technology is becoming more diversified. Producers may use different materials and manufacture nutritional blocks according to their needs. So many opportunities are available to young people who wish to engage in this lucrative business. In a livestock-producing country like Niger, manufacturing and selling cattle feed is a promising niche.
Before the introduction of the mill, we used to move to summer pastures. Today, I am supported by the farm owner. I have a salary that allows me to support my family. I can meet all my needs. I bought 5 goats and 5 sheep, and this year I earned over 1 million CFA francs through the mill. How to start up one's business and prosper in a promising niche while the means are wanting. The story of Mrs. Christiane Koulibaly merges with mango. In her native Burkina, mango has always occupied an important place among populations. With the production in large quantity, the commodity is now in the center of highly profitable business activities, ranging from farming to consumption, all through processing and marketing.
Les femmes qui travaillent gagnent pour leur compte, les producteurs gagnent leur compte. Moi-même, je nourris ma famille.
Women working in the sector get something out of it. So do producers. Myself, I feed my family and pay my children's schools out of it. I would say that in this town, I'm the only woman who can pay for her children's education in France. Had it not been for this activity, I would not afford that. Anyway, I'm very proud of what I'm doing. Today, I can show the building to someone. When I'm going out, I'm driving my own car. I have my truck that carries back fresh mango. I have another truck that delivers dried mango. I'm proud to employ all these people out there, so I can say that one can live on this activity.
To improve seed systems, which constitute the backbone of any efficient agriculture, Waapp has been working closely with the USAID-funded West African Seed Program to increase the production of certified seeds and harmonize seed regulations. Waapp has contributed to mobilize and facilitate exchanges among stakeholders. Over 300 researchers have been able to look into issues relating to food crops in the region and their highly commendable value chains. Waapp has created a supportive environment for technology sharing in the region, which is a valuable input to the advancement of regional integration within the ECOWAS space and other regional economic communities of the region. In recognition of the important role played by Waapps and national centers of excellence in the region, with respect to technology, knowledge and expertise sharing between the participating countries, the national centers of specialization have been strengthened and are in the process of becoming regional centers of excellence for roots and tubers in Ghana, rice in Mali, and rice cereals in Senegal.
Nous avons pu faire venir d'autres chercheurs qui ont séjourné au Mali pendant au moins 1 mois.
We invited other researchers in Mali for a 1-month stay. Up to now, we have welcomed up to 11 researchers. Ghana requested and came to fetch 2 drum seeders from us. Then Côte d'Ivoire also appreciated the drum seeder to such an extent that they ordered and fully paid for a dozen of them, which are currently being prepared for shipment. In addition, Malian varieties are highly demanded because of their productivity and their earliness and resistance to diseases.
Productivité et de leur précocité, et aussi de leur résistance aux maladies.
Waapp's achievements are gradually reshaping agriculture in the region, in particular with respect to the creation of opportunities to shift from subsistence production towards production for wealth creation. The program contributes to both rural economies and savings and national and foreign trade, owing to the significant contribution of freshwater fishes and roots and tubers in industries such as confectionery, breweries, and bioenergy generation, that is, production of ethanol, and animal feed production, and so on. Waapp covers thematic areas such as nutrition, youth employment in agriculture, and climate-smart agriculture. A number of activities have been carried out in order to foster nutrition in school settings through the fortification of orange flesh sweet potato with vitamin A, the generation and dissemination of varieties resistant to drought within the framework of climate-smart agriculture, the creation of 1,000 micro-businesses for more than 50,000 women and young people. As part of the initiative to support Ebola-affected countries, over 8,519 tons of seeds were granted to Liberia, Guinea and Sierra Leone in 2014 and 2015. In this respect, in order to spur the development of agriculture, seeds were also distributed to rural communities.
The World Bank and ECOWAS, through the West African Agricultural Productivity Program, are providing huge opportunities for enhancing our capacities for improving the productivity and profitability of different value chains. We will seize this opportunity. We will enhance agricultural productivity, and together we will bring home the fruits of the agricultural transformation of Africa.
Waapp is currently on the right track towards achieving its stated development goals. It is now a fully fledged program delivering results on the ground. Technology, best practices and innovation sharing is currently at the scale-up phase in participating countries. Waapp's team spirit has trickled across the entire sub-region and enables to lift the hurdles to the sharing of technologies among countries and to bridge the Anglophone-Francophone language gap. Research institutes have generated a wide spectrum of technologies which are currently being disseminated among producers and end users, both in the inner country and beyond national borders. Waapp contemplates channeling into the markets processed products with enhanced packaging in the ultimate goal of achieving a sustainable growth of producers' incomes and thus increasing the viability of the private sector.